Welcome to Cannes, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gubin. Here are the stories that we're following today, August 6, 2013. In international news, at least 3 dead after gunman opened fire in northeastern Pennsylvania. A snake strangles 2 children in Canada. Suspected U.S. drone kills 4 in Yemen as U.S. Britain evacuate embassies. Turkish court sentences a nation's former military chief to life in prison. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with 0 out of pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with 0 out of pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
Welcome back to Cannes, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gubin. This segment of the news is sponsored by TravelSpan Vacations. A gunman blasted shots through the wall of a municipal building in a northeastern Pennsylvania town during a meeting on Monday, then barged into the room and continued firing before killing 3 people, before he was tackled by a local official and shot with his own gun. The shooting rampage, which also wounded some people, happened shortly before 7:30 p.m. during Ross Township's monthly meeting, Monroe County Emergency Management Director Guy Miller said. The gunman, who appeared to be shooting randomly, was captured and was treated at a hospital which was placed on lockdown, he said. The shooter later was released into police custody, said the hospital, which was treating 2 shooting victims. State police in Lehigh-Town confirmed the gunman had been captured but didn't immediately have details on the arrest. The Pocono Record said one of its reporters was in the township building and a gunman armed with a pistol with a scope shot through a wall into the meeting in a rural area of the northeastern Pennsylvania, about 85 miles north of Philadelphia. The reporter, Chris Ribber, told the newspaper that all he saw was holes go through the wall with smoke and plaster blowing out. He said he heard automatic gunfire. Ribber said a woman opened a door to the meeting room and the shooter was standing there. A man pushed her aside and was shot. People were shot inside the room. The shooter returned to his car and came back inside with another weapon when a local official at the meeting grabbed him, Ribber said. Republican Matt Cartwright, who represents the state's 17 district, said he was stunned and appalled at the atrocities that claimed the lives of innocent victims in Ross Township. He said he had heard about what Cozen did to prevent more bloodshed. Mr. Cozen is a true hero tonight, Cartwright said in an email statement. Authorities initially said 2 people have been killed and 3 have been injured. After the 3rd person died, it was unclear whether that person had previously been classified as one of the injured. Ross Township has about 5,500 residents. According to its website, the Board of Supervisors meet at 7 p.m. on the first Monday of each month. A snake strangles 2 children in Canada. 2 boys, aged 5 and 7, were found dead Monday morning in an apartment above a pet store in a small Canadian town. Their suspected killer is a python that reportedly weighs about 100 pounds. Early indications suggest that a snake escaped its enclosure in the store, got into the ventilation system, then the apartment, and strangled the 2 boys, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police said. The owner of the pet store in Campbellton, New Brunswick, says he came upon an awful sight when he entered the living room where the boys were staying. And I quote, "I thought they were seeing until I seen the hole in the ceiling. Everything had fallen. And I turned the lights on and I seen this horrific scene," Jean-Claude Savio said in a phone interview. Savio said he believed the snake had fallen through the ceiling as it slithered through the ventilation system. He said he located the reptile in a hole. "I pinned him down and I put him in a cage," he said. Police say they now have the python in their possession. Autopsies on the boys' bodies will be performed today. Canadian broadcaster CBC reported that the python is between 11 and nearly 15 feet long and weighs more than 99 pounds. A neighbor, Diane Fournier, has lived on the same street as the pet store for 12 years. She described the deaths as shocking. She says, "I knew the kids. They were brothers. They played in my yard with my dogs all of the time." Fournier sent CNN a photograph her husband took of the pet store. It showed police cars, cones, and yellow tape blocking off the area. The store, Reptile Ocean Inc., offered condolences on its Facebook page Monday before the page was shut down. A 1996 report by the animal protection charity Zoo Check and the World Society for the Protection of Animals listed Savio as the owner of Reptile Ocean. It described him as a young, enthusiastic amateur collector who has only recently embarked on this commercial venture. According to Global News, Savio said that the two boys were the children of his best friend and that they often slept over at his apartment. "I have so many mixed emotions right now, it's ridiculous," he said. "I can't believe this is real." Deaths caused by large constrictor snakes like pythons are fairly rare. The Humane Society documents 17 people who have died in incidents in the U.S. related to the snakes since 1978, 12 of them since 1990. But scores of adults and children have been hurt in attacks by the reptiles, the society said in a report this year. And I quote, "Children, parents, and authorities are finding released or escaped pets, pythons, boa constrictors, and anacondas all over the country, where they endanger communities, threaten ecosystems, and in many cases suffer tragic deaths." In Canada, a man in Ontario was killed in 1992 by his pet python, the Globe and Mail reported, citing Melissa Matlow, a spokeswoman for the World Society for the Protection of Animals in Canada. A suspected U.S. drone killed 4 alleged al-Qaeda members in Yemen on Tuesday as the U.S. and British embassies evacuated staff amid reports of a threatened attack by al-Qaeda that has triggered temporary shutdowns of 19 American diplomatic posts across the Muslim world. Yemeni officials have suggested al-Qaeda threats to multiple potential targets in the Arabian Peninsula country in recent days, including foreign installations and government offices in the capital Sana'a, as well as to the strategic Bab al-Mandeb Straits at the entrance of the Red Sea to the south. It is not clear if these reports are the same as the intelligence that led to the embassy shutdowns, reportedly instigated by an intercepted message between al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri and his deputy in Yemen about plans for a major terror attack. The State Department on Tuesday ordered non-essential personnel at the U.S. Embassy in Yemen to leave the country. The department said in a travel warning that it had ordered the departure of non-emergency U.S. government personnel from Yemen due to the continued potential for terrorist attacks, and said U.S. citizens in Yemen should leave immediately because of an extremely high security threat level. Britain's Foreign Office also said it has evacuated all staff from its embassy in Yemen due to increased security concerns. The Foreign Office said the British embassy staff were temporarily withdrawn to the UK on Tuesday. It declined to comment further. Meanwhile, there has been a spike in apparent U.S. drone strikes against al-Qaeda leaders. The attack today was the 4th in 2 weeks. Yemen officials say the drone fired a missile at a car carrying 4 men in the Al-Akin district of Mari province, setting it on fire and killing all of them. They believe that one of the dead is Saleh Joti, a senior al-Qaeda member. To the west, in the capital Sana'a, residents woke to the sound of an aircraft buzzing overhead. Officials said it was American, and photos posted on Instagram appeared to show a P-3 Orion, a manned aircraft used for surveillance. All officials spoke anonymously as they were not authorized to brief the media. The rare overflight of the capital came shortly before the announcements of the evacuations. Yemeni authorities released the names of 25 wanted al-Qaeda suspects on Monday, saying they were planning terrorist attacks in the capital, Sana'a, and other cities across the country. A statement from Yemen's Interior Ministry said the suspects were going to target foreign offices and organizations, as well as Yemeni government installations in the impoverished Arab country. It said security was beefed up around embassies, ports, airports, oil installations, and power stations. Officials say potential U.S. targets in Sana'a could include the embassy and other buildings used by the U.S. to house personnel, as well as military camp a few kilometers outside used by U.S. aircraft. The Yemeni statement said security forces will pay $23,000 to anyone who comes forward with information that leads to the arrest of any of the wanted men. They included allegedly senior figures in Al-Qaeda's Yemen branch, including Saudi nationals Ibrahim Mohammed el-Rubaish and Ibrahim Hassan el-Asiri. In a landmark trial, scores of people, including Turkey's former military chief, politicians and journalists, were convicted on Monday of plotting to overthrow Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan's government soon after it came into power in 2002. Retired General İlker Başbuğ was the most prominent defendant among some 250 people facing verdicts after a 5-year trial that has become a central drama in tensions between the country's secular elite and Erdogan's Islamic-oriented Justice and Development Party. The trial has sparked protests, and on Monday, police blocked hundreds of demonstrators from reaching the High Criminal Court in Silivri, 40 kilometers west of Istanbul, in a show of solidarity with the defendants. But Monday's verdicts were not expected to set off the kind of violent anti-government demonstrations that were recently sparked by a government plan to build a replica Ottoman-era barracks at a park near Istanbul's central Taksim Square. In addition to Başbuğ, at least 16 other defendants were sentenced to life in prison, including 10 retired military officers and Duygu Perinçek, the leader of the left-wing and Nationalist Workers' Party. 60 other defendants received sentences ranging from a year to 47 years, according to state-run TRT Television News. At least 21 people were acquitted. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with zero out of pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with zero out of pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
Hey, excuse me, if you see me smiling, that's 'cause I'm chilling on Total Caribbean Network. It's your boy Wyclef John, man, and I'm chilling, man. Total Caribbean Network. Man, I love their style. Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa.